Greetings, you fabulous fools, both far and wide. It's your good girl, Emily, coming to check in with you and let you know about some of the really cool internet things that we've got going on. If you don't already, we would love it if you would please follow, like us, whatever that particular social media platform requires. We are on the Twitters, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, wanted to let you guys know that we have recently updated our website. We now have some more interesting information on there about us. We have a page dedicated to player bios, character bios, as well as some of the fabulous fan art that we have recently been gifted. And while you're on the website, would love it if you check out the Discord link. That is kind of the main thoroughfare through which we have been able to communicate the most with all of our listeners, all of our friends, all of our fellow podcasters. It is just a really cool place for all of us to talk about really random stuff. I mean, everything from, of course, episode discussion to general information on characters, blah, 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 but also really kind of crazy cool stuff like what movies we like, what kind of anime you're into, what kind of mechanical, technological shenanigans that are in your computer. It's nerd facet for everybody. So definitely pop over there and check that out. Again, the link for the Discord is on our website, which is southerntomfoolery.com. And, you know, while you're out there on the old interwebs doing all that really cool stuff for us, if you would, leave us a rate and review. I know you hear it from every possible source nowadays, but it really does help us so much to get the podcast out to more people and, again, to share our nerdiness with more people more often. But as usual, I have rambled far too long, so I'll let you go ahead and get into this week's episode, episode 21, New Transponder. Who knis?
It's time for Starfinder.
Is that what that is?
Oh my. Oh,
Okay.
Oh God.
Sorry.
He's
Sorry.
stuck.
Sorry.
Oh.
I got broken for a second.
Yeah.
This is gone.
Yeah, we're already starting in that
We're
space.
already off the rails.
Already
Yeah.
there.
Guys, what a jam-packed episode last week was. You guys, I just want to, before we get started, I just want to say well done to all of you. You guys really dug into your characters. I thought you guys had some amazing scenes. It was really nice for me to kind of just get to sit back and watch y'all play. I don't get to do that very often.
You really didn't do a lot of
I
playing.
didn't do anything.
But look, in all fairness, that might have been for the best. Though.
Yeah, I was pretty
I
drunk.
wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
We had recorded Tom Talks right before that, and got pretty celebratory.
Got a little
Whiskey
excited.
Got a little
yeah.
celebratory in Tom Talks. So it was a good situation that you guys had to take the lead on that one. But you guys did great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's funny because, like, for once, me and John were at the same place as Adam, and we finished Tom Talks, and I walked to the fridge, and I was like, where'd all the beer go?
I don't know.
So I have an idea, Adam,
Okay.
for our next pivot. I think you'll like it a lot, man.
All right. Lay it on me.
It's a new podcast.
New podcast.
We're gonna call it Deconstructing Blondie. And it's basically going to be like Anatomy of a Jam.
Okay.
But it's just Blondie songs.
All Blondie songs, and we're gonna deep dive.
It'll be a mini series, and then we'll have an episode like discussing Debbie Harry's best outfits.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think Emily will be down on that. channeling
want
Zeke on
in.
that. Yeah, well, yeah. No,
I'm down
we're
for
all
that.
here for this. This is Southern Tomfoolery digs into Blondie.
Yep.
Group commitment.
I think that's
And I want to officially rename the Epic Tracer crew to the Debbie Harry Fan Club.
okay. Okay.
I'm on board with all of these suggestions.
Can we rename the ship the Debbie Harry?
That's like really bad luck.
Why? Oh,
Renaming
the
a
ship.
ship.
The ship.
Yeah. You're right about that. Well, the thing is, though. Okay,
We'll just get a new one.
So yeah, just get a new one because. But here's the deal: the Epic Tracer is Sedona's ship. Well, it's kind of yours now, but it was Sedona's ship.
Sedona ain't doing much of shit.
Yeah. And I don't think we have said this on mic yet. We've talked about it as a group, but Sedona is played by Debbie Harry herself.
Correct. I think we have mentioned it, right?
I think we've talked about it. I don't think I ever mentioned it because you haven't
Mentioned
actually.
it in the intro, like the first time that.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
I don't think so. We'll have to go back and listen, but I
Check
don't.
the tapes.
Yeah.
We don't have the mental faculties to make
No.
this argument.
That's
want
asking
me to
entirely too
remember?
much. Come on.
There was only a way for us to go back and find out. In any case, she is played by Debbie Harry. The artist who drew her, let me see, I have that name for you right here. That is Anna Christensen. She looks like Debbie Harry, like straight up. The cover art for Sedona, she's on the cover of book 2.
She really does.
she
She's
just-
a red Debbie Harry with long white hair.
Yeah. And some android-like circuitry in her face.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. I mean,
But yeah, like I think it's pretty cool. I love Debbie Harry.
that's why I thought you'd be down for my podcast.
I
idea.
would like I worship her as a goddess, so I'm all about it.
Sedona is like if Debbie Harry went on a tour with David Bowie. You know?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I kind
I
of
mean,
dig that
I'd pay good money for that.
Oh yeah, dude.
without a doubt.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think everybody would, right? Like, I mean, if you wouldn't go see a
Blondie,
dual
David
show, a Blondie
Bowie
/Bowie
mashup.
show.
Stop! Just
Like, I
stop
don't even-
listening.
Stop listening to the podcast. This is not for you.
I do want to say, like, nobody ever talks about the drummer of Blondie, who is amazing.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't. But
You just know that she's got like a
he's
dope
a
drummer.
dope drummer. Yeah, I watched some videos of like his isolated drum tracks. And they're just fire.
And he's killing it.
Yeah, like, and
crushing
it's
it.
like understated. Like, you don't realize it until you like really pay attention to the drums.
Well, I love Blondie, and they are a very rhythmic band. So you're right; they do have a good drummer. But Blondie / Debbie Harry has moved on to futuristic roles. And so we're going to jump into it. Before we fully get started, I just want to give credit where credit's due. I don't think we've mentioned before that book 1, The Reach of the Empire, was written by Ron Lundeen. I know we
did mention it in Tom Talks.
We did in Tom Talks, and I know I mentioned it on Twitter. But one more time, thank you, Ron, for an amazing intro to Starfinder and a really great adventure. And we are now moving into book 2, which is written by Eleanor Farron. Thank you very much, Eleanor, for giving this opportunity to play this. And so I think we're officially like in book 2. And if you remember where we last left off, you guys slid out of the drift and you were being hailed by an Azlanti guard ship.
Yep.
And we said, nobody here, go home.
No, well, we do have the Bears
senor.
Ed's transponder, correct?
You do.
We do.
All right. So here's the situation. About to put you guys on the map.
Oh no! When we get put on a battle map, that's always just like, yikes.
You guys have some thinking to do. First thing is you're being hailed by the ship, asking for you to open communications channels. What do you do?
Mike immediately runs to the gunner chair.
And Ziva says, calm down, wait.
Xena's at the science officer console.
Say something, Captain.
Captain, you gotta say something.
Yeah, this is kind of your area of expertise, right?
Yeah. So Ziva's going to say,
In Azlanti, preferably.
not Vathani. You don't think Vathani? Okay.
I just learned it. I want to try it out.
I'm really good at it. I slipped into Mike there for some reason. That was weird.
I know.
Yeah, so she's going to say, open the channels. Let's greet our new friends.
Oh, hailing frequencies have already been opened, Captain. My bad. No.
They've heard this entire conversation.
No. Opening hailing frequencies.
Oh shit. And so kind of give me a little bit more there. So they're just like basically they didn't say anything to us.
Well, they just
requesting.
sent you a signal requesting you open your communications. And you
So yeah, we're reading as the Bearazad.
Yeah.
You're reading as the Bearazad, the channel communications are open, and as soon as it opens, you hear, identify yourselves. Now.
And in Azlanti, she's going to say, we are returning from the Nakandis with a full report. And she's just going to kind of leave it at that.
Stand by. Click. And roll a
Orin's shaking his head.
roll a computers check. Science officer.
All right, rolling.
I'm just waiting for him to come back. We know you have a Cockney Vesk.
What? We heard him in the background.
No.
Oh,
First roll of the night.
All right. So you can tell. Yeah, that's a 31 with a natural 20. You can, make sure you guys are reading out your numbers for me, please.
Yeah, right.
So you can sense that they're doing a full scan of your ship. They are scanning everything, and the ship is getting closer to you. You can see it come forward, coming closer and closer to your space. Then the channels open back up. You are reading as the Bearazad. Welcome back to Azlanti Star Space.
Orin's butthole unpuckers.
Please give us the code word to continue.
And Ziva's going to kind of look around. Are you for real? Are you being for real right now? There's a code word? Or is it Adam being a LOLer?
I'm pretty sure he's for real.
See,
It sounds like he's for real. That shrug says he's for real.
Okay, so Ziva's looking around like...
See if you
Zig
can...
Heil? I mean, what's up?
Nerdy boys, see if you can
Just
poke
say hail
around
the
in the
Empire.
system.
You know.
Okay, so would Ziva know, like, culture check or anything, what they would say, like something common?
Is there anything I can perform on?
All right, so you can roll a culture or a bluff check. Zeno can aid you in either one of those as he's running through the Azlanti dossier.
Oh, dude, I've got artificial personality, which gives bonuses to bluff. And,
Bluff it is. Okay.
And the other one, basically any of the ones that where an android would lack.
All right.
Pretty
Well,
much.
let's go bluff.
All right.
What is that? Your higher skill? I mean,
It is. Well, they're
Okay.
the same actually.
Now it's supposed to be higher than that. It's on the character sheet. I don't think it actually shows it. Oh, okay, cool.
All right. So a rolled a 14, got a 26. So I'm gonna
bullshit
try.
a bullshitter.
Yeah, in Azlanti, we're gonna say
So
hail the Empire.
you come up with the word Sardat Rune Drive, or the phrase Sardat Rune Drive.
Which
Stop
obviously
that
means
rune
hail
drive.
the Empire.
You say that?
Probably not.
I say that. Sorry that room drive.
Stand by. and you see this impressive ship with green paint and like angular features. I showed you a picture of it, but I'll do it again. Bring it up here. It's this very like sharp ship, you know. You guys want to help me describe this? It's got like fins up under it that are all green. It looks
yeah. It's sort of like a surfboard, but then it has 2 ice skates underneath it.
That's a good way to put it.
That's actually a really good
That's
description.
a great description. And it gets right up in your space, and you can literally see it like opening a wide scan, and then it flies off past you.
Welcome back.
Look like the fucking
Welcome back to Azlanti Star Space. You have quite the unusual ship, but everything checks out. Godspeed and bless the Empire.
And it zips off.
Yeah, bless the Empire.
Who was that? Who was that? No.
It turns out he said it in common.
I said, dude, obviously I'm going to say it in Azlanti. Come on. Come on.
So are comms closed?
Yes.
Are they?
Close hailing frequencies. All calms down. Close them, Zivo.
Yep, closing frequencies.
Oh, God.
So,
Close one.
the hell just happened?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because Mike doesn't speak Azlanti.
I think we got very, very lucky.
So
Luckily, our transponder is in fact still reading the Berizod, and I think that is what we are.
Holy shit, I can't believe that worked.
How did you know the password?
Well, you helped her.
You right.
That's
you
true.
Right.
You're right.
Bro,
You're right.
okay.
Bro.
All right.
You know
Bro.
what? Take an inspiration, Adam.
You know, listen.
Man,
Listen, we need
sword at rune
no,
drive.
no.
That
Listen,
is-
stop. We need to have an intervention here. Emily, let me explain to you how inspirations work.
No,
And
when
who
I
gets
give
to-
them,
who
they're
gets to give them
metaphorical.
that? No. No.
Yeah.
You don't want inspirations?
I
Okay, well,
do.
fine. I'll take it back.
I do, but I feel like you're stealing my thunder because you say it so much.
It's my job.
It's
You
the
know
only
what?
thing I get to do that's nice to you guys.
I'm sorry, Adam. I will not give you an inspiration anymore.
No, you can give me
Nope,
inspiration.
too late. Negative.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, dig that hole.
Well, I've never used one anyway. So,
Because they don't count.
right.
Because they don't
Thank you.
get-
It's a participation.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I have tons of participation medals for sure.
Yeah.
You give those out like candies, even. I appreciate it. Okay, so yes, the Azlanti ship moves on to continue its.
And that's right when we came out of the
Like,
drift.
right,
It was
like-
as soon as we came out of the drift, here he is. Are we still on course?
You are still. So you have made your course. You are in the NIS system. Okay. You don't have much more to go on with
I
this.
just know it's prison moon.
You know that there's a moon in this system called Gulta, but you don't have pinpoint directions to that. You just had the route to the NIS system, you know, to the drift beacon that gets you to that system, and you're now in that system.
So can we like do a scan or something to like see
I mean,
if they're nearby heavenly bodies?
I'm pretty sure that I can't be lost if I can see the stars. Like I know that.
Yeah, you're not lost, but that doesn't mean you know where everything in space is.
That's true.
Can I do anything with a physical sciences check to to aid in navigation?
No, but you can do either a computers or engineering check to kind of do a broad scan of the system.
All right.
Or at least in the area around you, you know.
All right. Rolling the computers.
You know, in
21.
21. Okay. Before I give you the results of this, I just want to say, Zach, you did make a good point that you guys did nothing to dress up your ship at all. Your ship doesn't look anything like Azlanti starships.
I had a thing I was going to say on that,
Okay.
if it came up.
Undercover?
Do you want me to say it now?
Sure.
Okay, it was going to be like, our ship was injured. We recovered what we could, and we apprehended one of the colonist ships.
I would say it's probably a good thing that you didn't say that.
Oh.
Because they probably would have wanted to come on board and commandeer all the things for the Empire. So you got lucky with some good rolls. That would have been a really, really difficult starship combat. You avoided it. As Zeno does the scan, it's nothing comes back for a while, and then all of a sudden, bing, 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 and another ship pops up on your sensors.
Incoming ship.
What now?
Can we see what it, or can we tell what it is from this distance?
You see, as it kind of is coming closer, that it is a caravel ship, a Tetrad caravel. I don't have art readily available for that, but it's a. With your scan, you can recognize that this is a tier 6 ship, but it is not Azlanti. It does not have an Azlanti signature. In fact, no sooner than you ping this ship, than you are hailed yet again.
Captain, from what I understand, this appears to be a Tetrad caravel. It seems to be quite a formidable ship, but it does not appear to be Azlanti. Approach cautiously. Your decision.
All right. Open frequencies.
Frequencies open.
The view screen flickers, and it reveals a 4-armed figure dressed in bright yellow robes with red accents and covered by a dark blue cloak. She gives a slight bow with all 4 hands, making a gesture in front of her conical hat. Let's see here. I have a handout.
Yeah, it's a Kasatha, right?
It's not.
Well, that's what we get for being narrow-minded, Zach.
All right, so you guys see that picture? You guys see that picture?
Huh. That looks like something out of Adventure Time.
It really does.
It looks like
Magic
she's wearing
man.
a wizard robe with a
Wicked high collar.
Super high collar, and like a roadside cone.
Yes.
On her head, on her
Like a
head
traffic
with
cone.
a pair of like snowboarding goggles cut out.
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
like not
It's like
on her
shitty
head.
cosplay
It's
you
like
see on Reddit.
It
it's
is.
like her head is in the cone with
her
a
head's
cutout.
in the cone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot to unpack there.
She greets you in Azlanti speech. Good hunting, Illustri. I hope your travels have proven fruitful to you and the Star Empire. Would you care to see some items from home after your long journey away? Wait, why? That's interesting. She seems to realize something and then presses a button on her console. She suddenly folds her 4 hands together in front of herself, appearing far more enthusiastic and friendly, and continues in polished common. Why, hello, travelers. Welcome to the Azlanti Star Empire. Would you be interested in buying a few goods for your continuing journey?
It's like the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Just like
It
shows
really
up. Just like
What are you buying?
I have goods.
what are you
at
buying?
Remind me
She opens
real
that wizard
quick.
robe and there's just shit hanging all over the place.
Okay, so real quick, Ziva is going to say in Vesk, greetings, and just see what the reaction is from the person.
I am sorry, I do not understand this language. Please, common or Azlanti would be preferable.
And so Ziva's going to nod, but she's going to look over her shoulder real quick to Zeno and say in Vesk, because he speaks that, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Make sure they're not scanning our ship or keep a wary eye out for any she
Can we
did something.
Can we sense motive? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that we can do?
absolutely.
I think it might be too late for the scan, though.
Well, I mean,
Mine's
if
not
that
great,
happened
but
kind
I'll do
of
it.
instantaneously.
Oh, that big crit failed. 9.
24.
There we go.
She's fine, nothing suspicious.
So yeah, Orin cannot get a read on this. This is just too foreign for him. But Ziva, your
I
experience.
don't trust her, Captain.
Your experience. She's obviously mysterious, but she doesn't necessarily have a negative vibe or at least an aggressive vibe. She seems to be truthful in her presentation of herself as a merchant. Though you can see that she is kind of sizing you guys up pretty well. That, you know, there was something as she has already scanned you. You can get that sense that it's almost as if she sees through your ruse. You can see that.
Okay. All right. Well, knowing that, Ziva's going to... She bowed correctly, or
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So Ziva's going to bow back, and in common, she's going to say, "Apologies for the initial language. I have been speaking many tongues recently, and I forgot which one I was using." And she just kind of smiles. May I know who I have the pleasure of speaking with?
But of course, my name is Sion C. Welcome. I find it very strange that you have come all the way this far with such a terrible excuse for a disguise. You know that you look completely out of place here in the Azlanti Star Empire. You may have fooled the lower-thinking Azlanti, but you won't fool much more than that.
He's just gonna kind of lean into it and say, "You are right. We were rather lucky with our first encounter. Do you have any suggestions?" And I apologize. I am Nariko Zivarashni. Greetings.
It is a wonderful pleasure to meet you. I can't imagine that you're doing anything that is intelligent out here in this space. But if you ask my advice, there is an outpost not far from here that you can go to and perhaps gather some information and perhaps do something about that ship of yours.
Your information is greatly, gladly accepted.
Ask her about her wares. Orin says out of the side of his mouth. What's she selling?
Quiet on
Well,
But she is gonna say, like,
Well, I
has
have.
wares?
Well, unfortunately, I am not a purveyor of starship modifications. But I have a acquaintance, or a contact, if you will, on Outpost Z that I think that you should talk to. Her name is Talmarin. Go there and see what they can do about your ship. In the meantime, I have some things that I could sell you if you are interested in. I have some spell gems. I have some Aeon stones. Some serums. Some other things. And I have shown you her full list of wares in her handout. So if you'll pull up her handout, you should see a table of her full list of wares. And what I want to do now is I want you guys to take a look at it, think about it. Understand that you have a limited amount of cash, okay? And that she has just sent you to an outpost, where there's presumably other merchants available. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at this list. You can ask me any questions about it. And don't...
Yeah, because I have questions.
Sure, and don't worry. I'll edit anything extraneous out, superfluous out, but there's a lot of shopping and stuff like that, so go ahead and take a look. All right, so you guys have had a chance to take a look at the things that she has to offer, and Sayonsi says, well, do any of my wares interest you, travelers?
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll take those spell gems.
Yes, these are very good. I will send a little pod over to your ship with the spell gems if you will be so kind as to transfer the credits to me. And she gives you like her little Venmo ID.
Yo, I just got PayPal. You got PayPal?
Yeah.
No,
You got Square?
no,
What's up?
No, I don't fuck with
I can always
PayPal.
write you a check. You take a personal check?
No, this is...
Which bank do you use?
No.
We just give you. Can I just get your routing number?
Yeah.
And we'll just send it right over.
As for Social Security, right?
My friend is a
What's the
prince
3-digit
from
code on the
Mwangi.
back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. So yes, we do that.
Okay. And she says, well, it was a great pleasure to make your acquaintance. I wish you the best of luck, and please seek out Talmarin at Outpost Z. And she presses a few keys on her console and sends you the coordinates to Outpost Z.
Another Z name. Yeah.
You mean another Z name, right?
Yeah. And will you say the name one more time? Oh, you wrote it. Never mind. I'm good.
No, that's not right. It's Talmarin. I got it. I'll put it in there for you.
It's an L, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got the spelling right in my notes.
Okay.
Way to go, John.
Well,
You're supposed to be the science officer, John.
there are plenty of intelligent people
Zeno
that can spell
is
good.
All right. And she says, well, good luck to you, and I hope that you do not die or worse under the Azlanti Empire. Good.
That's real sweet of you, thanks.
Yes.
Let's see if it's going to kind of do a little slight bow again. Like, safe travels to you as well. And then...
Yes.
Can I do a life sciences just to see what race she is?
You sure?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
for
There
sure.
you go.
Just curious.
I wanna know as
just
well.
Curious. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pulling up my...
If not a life sciences, would like culture do also?
Yeah, you can roll culture.
Yeah.
Hit.
That's 16 on the life sciences.
Oh, nat 20, baby.
No, the 32.
That's 32,
The
Will.
16 isn't. So one thing you guys need to understand here is that you are in undocumented, uncharted space. No, this is not Pact Worlds. You've never seen anything quite like this. However, Noriko, with that amazing critical success with a 32 total, you can identify this thing as a witch weird.
Okay.
Which weird.
A witch weird. Why are you saying witch weird?
Saying what way?
What way?
Which weird.
They are known. You've maybe read about this or heard about this through some of your clients a long time ago, which was very surprising because not many people that actually go into Azlanti Star Space come out of it. But you're at the edges of Azlanti Star Space, and who knows what kind of various pirates and such have come through your establishment.
Triggered.
Right. You know them to be pretty well known as merchants, actually, as skilled traders and negotiators throughout the galaxy. This is probably why you've heard of them if anything, it's just because they make a business of being in the right place at the right time to provide their wares for those that would be so interested. You've never seen one before, but now you have. Which
These are basically
weird.
space Khajiits.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
These are
Pretty
space
much.
Khajiits.
It's just a cat underneath that cone.
It is a cat.
Explains the
Can't
four
fool
arms.
us.
Can't fool us. All right.
It's like the things on Cat Reddit. Yeah.
So she kind of like takes off and is gone, and you now have the coordinates to Outpost Z.
And what sort of celestial body does Outpost Z reside on?
It is. You'll have to go there to see.
Yeah, don't take away my planetary scan.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to try and step on your toes, dog.
Okay.
So all we have is coordinates.
That's about more than we had
correct.
before.
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
So you want to slide those coordinates over to your boy, and I'll just punch it in, and we'll roll out.
Yeah.
Passing coordinates to the pilot.
Gotcha. and he'll lock it in.
All right. So
Start heading that way.
yeah, it's a couple hours journey. Do you guys have anything you guys want to discuss as you make your way to this outpost?
I mean, how long is it going to take to get there?
A couple
Just
hours.
a couple hours.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think we
Couple
definitely
hours.
need to discuss how we are going to disguise ourselves and our ship, for that matter. Hopefully, this Talman
Talmarin.
can assist us with the ship. But I can do something with all of you except for, I'm sorry, Mikhail. Your form is just a little too large for me to
I'm
alter
a
with my
medium-sized
skills.
creature, right?
So for what it's worth, she did describe Outpost Z as kind of a free station.
Okay.
I wonder how they. I guess we'll have to find.
Right. So it's not necessarily Azlanti. Is it Azlanti or
Controlled.
Azlanti? Can we go ahead and figure this out?
I say
Yeah, 'cause
Atlantic.
Azlanti.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I don't.
I
Right.
like Azlanti.
Atlantis, right? That's the
yeah.
that's the root
Atlantis,
of it.
Azlanti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Azlanti. So it's not necessarily like under strict Azlanti control. You don't really know why or how, but she did mention it as a free station.
We're gonna get so southern saying it that way.
Azlanti.
Atlanti.
Aslanti.
Atlanti.
I mean, I hate it. As Mike, I'm gonna keep saying Aslanti because A, he's
Yeah,
British,
yeah.
and B, he's not very smart.
Well, and he also
Ziva
hates
is
the
also going to say
Azlanti.
Azlanti.
Yeah,
It
they
sounds
don't
pretty
deserve the respect of a proper pronunciation.
Atlanti.
So,
You know what? If you expect this to be consistent,
Yeah, you're in the
Dear
you're
listener.
on the wrong podcast.
Well, we can't do stealth because
Well-
we can't. I mean, we don't have a green Aeon guard.
well,
That's
Well, that's
I was
what
actually
I-
going to say something about that.
Okay.
So, Captain, if we're going somewhere, they can do some work on the tracer. Like, why not get her painted green? Match the colors. Maybe you get some little bit of
surely it's not that simple.
physical modifications. Something. I mean, if we're rolling in
Need
there as
some
the bears, at,
roller
then-
skates on the bottom.
well, let's get some fucking ice skates, not roller skates.
Oh,
Roller
you're right.
skates
You're
have
right.
wheels.
You're right. Yeah.
We already
I
got
know.
wheels
Like,
on
we
this
made it
thing.
really look like an Azlanti ship. I don't know why we got fired on.
Skates on the
Put some roller skates on it.
That's
Why
why
are
I
smart?
skate on rollerblades.
okay, sorry.
So to your point, Ziva, of you can't modify the way that I look, even though I'm a medium creature.
Ziva can't modify.
If that's the case, should I mean, Mike can stay with the ship if he needs to.
Well, I mean, I think we could always do a Wookiee prisoner style type thing if need be.
This is not a prison.
Where we're going right now, it doesn't matter.
No, where we're not where we're
yeah.
going now. This is like in preparation for when we do.
I'm talking about
Enter.
where we're going right now.
Well,
We're
right
heading to
stat now, we're
Tashi
going to roll up
Station.
in there.
Going to what
I
station?
gotta lay away on a power converter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, no,
Holler at your boy.
let's just go ahead and go to Outpost Z.
Yeah,
And-
so I will say, with that sense motive, it was really good sense motive, and you believe that you can trust Seancy, that she's not sending you to a trap. This is like the one kind of outpost that exists in Azlanti Star Space. She mentioned it's a rough and tumble place, but it is not that the Azlanti kind of
The Azlanti.
aren't really messing
Lean
with
into it.
Aren't really messing with it. That's not a concern going to this. What's a concern is maybe the other threats you might face there, because it's a kind of tough spot, but it's not. You're not having to do any infiltration necessarily.
Okay, so I just want to kind of, why I brought that up was to say, while we're there, let's see if there are any potential viable things that catch our eye to help us when we move to an Azlanti, whatever.
Don't even try.
Yeah, and it
forget
just hurt my brain.
Whatever you feel. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel at the time.
An Azlanti
is the correct
occupied space.
pronunciation.
So that's why she was kind of bringing that up.
Gotcha.
I fully understand that this is not an Azlanti. This is a free space.
Adam, are you saying this is the roadhouse at the edge of the galaxy?
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
So-
yeah.
All right. I feel like Orin will be fine. I feel like he'll feel right at home.
He's just going to take the reins. Everybody else is going to follow Orin.
So as you guys are having this discussion, it's been a couple hours. You guys approach Outpost Z, and I just sent a picture to you guys so you can check it out.
Neat.
So
Okay, cool.
It's like a wee tiny little Absalon station.
Anybody here play Eve Online?
no.
Spreadsheets in space. It looks like an outpost from
That
from
sounds
game.
terrible.
It looks like the jacks that you play with in marbles. Looks like a little space jack.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so I assume you guys want to kind of pull up and dock, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we have to roll for that, or
No.
is my piloting
You
skill
got
to
it.
Clearance
get us
first,
to the dock?
You got it.
Okay.
It has like docking stations.
You need me
built
to
into
aid.
Newly.
I'm good, Mike, but I appreciate the sentiment.
All right, so the Epoch Tracer comes kind of cascading into Outpost Z. And it's just kind of... It connects to an airlock. And you are now connected to Outpost Z. When your ship's airlock doors open, you feel a blast of heat, muggy air, and a heavy scent of nickel fill your nose. A nearby catwalk runs adjacent to a wall covered in thick pipes, both leading to a massive pair of automated doors that lead further into the station. Beings of all shapes and sizes move along other catwalks from their own vessels toward the entrance, conversing with each other in unfamiliar tongues. The sounds of scrabbling feet and curious voices seem to echo from within the pipes.
That's not weird at all.
No.
That's totally normal, right? Don't your
Yeah.
pipes
Well,
do that?
No,
Must be
what's-
nothing.
What's weird about it is that this is in Azlanti space. Like, what's
Man,
Why are
they
there
got
so many
some kind of
species and shit
kickback
down here,
or
you know?
something. There's something going on where somebody's getting paid or somebody's being blackmailed.
some bureaucrat somewhere's getting paid off?
Yeah, there's a reason that they haven't just knocked this thing straight out of
Oren's
orbit.
seen it all.
Oren has seen it all. Yeah.
I mean, seeing that there's a lot of different like races and types of people and stuff, Mike's like, oh, I'm fine. All right.
All right, so when I say there's a lot of different races, you guys have not seen any of these races before in your life.
Oh, none of
when
them.
when you step out, you are kind of assaulted by this visual of unfamiliarity. You're hearing a bunch of languages that you've never heard. You feel like strangers in a strange land, straight up. Like, you docked on this ship, and this feels... You are seeing all sorts of walks of life that you have never seen, races and size and shapes. Would you like me to describe some of the...
Yeah.
really
It's
would.
almost overwhelming.
It's definitely overwhelming.
Yeah.
So there's some creatures that look human, but they have very, very long arms that almost extend down to their shins. And they have similar eyes to Fel, but instead of the big black orbs, they have red orbs. And they seem to all be wearing like mechanical gear or carrying tool chests, wrenches, crowbars, that kind of stuff. And they have these really weird, like big mouths with big teeth in them. It's very, very creepy looking things. You see like little, I don't know, like ferret looking things, very tiny little ferret things with long elongated fingernails and very thin little legs, but they're standing on two legs and they're just chittering. And then you see big ape-like creatures dressed in this like very illustrious garments, you know, like togas or like skirts and those kind of things, but they're walking with two massive forearms like gorillas. And they're like, as the door opens, one of them looks at you and just goes, and then like moves on their way. You see a tiny little mouse with chicken legs just like a whole group of them just kind of like you see a big bulbous jelly like thing with a couple strands coming off of it that seem to be like moving it with this, and in the jelly you can see what looks like a fish squid or like a little squid fish, like in the center of it. It's like this big jelly.
It's like his life containment.
Yeah, it's
sort of
so
thing,
it's like so weird. And it's just like,
is it leaving like disgusting?
Yeah.
trails of
Oh
eggs
yeah.
behind
Oh
it?
yeah. It's snailing all over the place, man. It's gross.
The little
So
mouse
inconsiderate.
with the chicken
So inconsiderate.
And then you
chicken legs
see-
chirps in it.
What looks like a cylinder, a pink cylinder, and then like all this kind of like seaweed kind of stuff on the top, just. I mean, amongst all sorts of other things, these are just some of the creatures that you see just bustling about, moving through the automated doors. None of them speaking any languages that you could even hope to comprehend.
Cool.
And a plumbus in the corner.
Yeah.
As soon as Mike sees the little mouse chickens, he like licks his lips, like he wants to eat one of those fucking mouse chickens.
Don't do that. It might be poisonous.
All right, so I've put you guys on a new map. You are on the Outpost Z map, and you see you've weaved your way through a couple catwalks and got to this kind of like main entrance door, and you see a couple of those ape creatures go through the doors. They step up to it, just goes and opens, and they walk through, and then it closes back. What would you guys like to do?
Fel is quietly going to say to everybody, guys, I think it'd be best if we just, act like we belong. Because there's no way in hell we're going to stand out here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Don't be tourists.
The best thing you can always do to make sure you don't stand out is like talk about standing out.
Yeah, no shit.
Says that as we're walking quietly to
Yeah.
the group, but I'm not saying that out loud, like for
We need to
everybody.
find Talmarin.
It's not an important order of business, but I do want to find like a gun salesman. I got a gun I want to sell, and I say that because Mike is over encumbered,
Oh, okay.
or he's encumbered rather.
Right.
Well,
So
thankfully
Mike just
we're
like
in walking
lugging
speed
this
here.
massive cannon with him, like
Yeah.
Well, I have so many guns. I have the railgun. I have the trident. I have my pistol, and I have the AG assault rifle. I want to sell the AG assault rifle because it's worth 400. 1,400.
Sure.
So that'll be 140 that you'll
Well, Mike certainly looks strapped up rolling into this station.
Ain't nobody gonna
We also
fuck
got
with
one
him.
of the Azlanti motion detectors.
Well,
we've got 2 of those.
Right.
So-
No, so all that's included in your loot sheet. But here's the deal: you do see a lot of people are armed. You know, this definitely is kind of like a Wild West situation here. But you kind of find yourself, as bustling as it was, you find yourself kind of on your own on this catwalk right now.
Okay. And our only entrance point is currently dead ahead.
That is correct.
Okay.
Orin is gonna like move his cloak over to the front and unclasp like the button that is sort of, you know, enclosing his pistol in his holster. Just kind of, he's just a little leery. You know what I mean? He's just
He whips his
leery.
duster to the side so everybody can see his 45.
No, he hides it.
Oh,
he
okay.
hides the
Yeah,
fact
he's
that he's
specifically hiding it.
doing that. Yeah.
I thought you were being
Right.
the
Playing more of
badass
the
cowboy.
scoundrel than the cowboy right now.
I'm being the anti-cowboy.
Yeah, playing more of the scoundrel than the cowboy.
Right.
So,
Go ahead.
just so it is known, Ziva has taken to wearing the tack lash around her arm, like around her shoulder area,
Oh,
just
wow.
so that
Okay.
she has it like handy dandy.
Nice.
So what were you gonna say, Adam? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, how do you want to proceed? So,
Let's move in.
Shoulders back, everyone. Eyes forward. We belong here.
Tummy's tucked.
And
Single file.
tits up.
Come along, children.
tits up, roll out. And yeah, we move forward with a very perceptive
let's
eye.
open the automatic doors there.
All right, so you approach the doors. Go ahead and move your tokens up. But the doors do not open for you.
Knock,
I'd like to
knock.
inspect that.
Yeah. Techie boys, take a look.
Did we notice anything that the gorilla folk did?
Nope.
Or
Good point.
Are we being stared at by everyone in the area?
There's nobody in the area
Oh,
currently.
thank God.
Let's roll a computer check then.
on what computer?
So just roll a perception check first.
All right.
I'm good at that.
14.
17.
14.
Okay, Mike, you want to just roll one for good measure?
Yeah, sure.
You
Get
could
that nat
crit.
20.
No. All right, Oren, you kind of taking a look, and you see that there's like a little device kind of at the top of the door. It's like a little scanner device. You don't really know what kind of scanner it is, but you can at least read out that there is a scanner at the top of the door. And
Yeah, so
and you guys
I
aren't
elbow fell
triggering
and
with
like
it,
point
yeah.
up at it.
Like, look, I can't reach that thing.
Obviously.
While you guys are taking a look at it, a couple of those little mouse chickens come scurrying behind you. And they kind of go through your legs or whatever, and you see the scanner just like scan over them, and the doors open, and they walk through.
Can we skirt in behind?
Yeah, you can roll.
Scoot.
All right. So Ziva and Oren and Fel can roll a dex check to try to get through. Acrobatics, if it's better for you.
Yeah, acrobatics would be better.
18.
Yes, acrobatics would be better for me as well.
18 on acrobatics.
23 on my acrobatics check.
9.
All right. So Ziva and Oren step through, and I'm gonna put you guys on their side, but I'm not gonna tell you what you see.
Oh
yet.
yeah, we just slip
Yeah,
in.
and you see them slip through Phil and Mike and Zeno, and then the doors slide closed behind them.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
I mean, I move up. Are there any more chicken folk anywhere around? Because I'll go snatch one up.
Just pick him up and hold
Yeah, just walk him up to the
hold him above your
scanner.
head.
Like,
Scan him like you're at a Kroger
No,
self-checkout.
no, I'm going to use my.
It's essentially a key card. Great.
I'm going to use my exocortex to use my communicator to reach out to Ziva, who's on the other side.
Okay.
and I guess because it's in the exocortex and it's like internal, I don't actually have to speak it. I'm not 100% sure.
No, you still have to communicate.
No, you still have to speak it. Yeah, you still got to speak it.
So just kind of quietly under his breath says to Ziva, "Hey, is there any way you can open it from the inside?"
Let's take a look. And first of all, she's going to see if there's anybody around in our near vicinity.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this room, but I'm not going to describe that just yet. Like,
quick question. What is the height of the scanner?
Oh gosh,
probably pretty big. It's probably pretty high up there.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably 15 feet up.
How many feet?
15 feet up.
I've got it. Yeah. My computer, my cybernetic eye, does have a range increment where I can actually interface with that.
Okay.
So,
can I hack it?
Yeah. So basically, how this is just going to look is just he's just going to stare at it and just kind of like pull up a holographic overlay on his that just comes up in front of him.
All right.
He's just going to try to interface with it.
Here's what I want you to do. On our side?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Here's what I want you to do, Zeno. I like what you're doing here.
Okay.
First of all, I need you to roll a life science check.
Okay. All right. Life science.
Okay.
15 on the die. That's 25.
Very good. So you have very quickly studied some of the life forms that are here, and you are using that knowledge to kind of project to yourself, which is going to give you a +2 on your computer's check that I want you to roll now to try to hack this thing.
All right. Rolling computers.
Aid him.
Yeah, aid me, Phil.
Okie doke.
All right, so Fel gets aid. What'd you roll, Zeno?
I rolled a 19.
So that puts
So
you at
+2.
Plus another 2.
Plus another 2, yeah.
So you're looking at 23. That is enough to first realize that this is a biosignature reader. Okay?
Yep.
Figured.
And you were able to convince the door, and it opens, and you guys can all go through. I imagine like you're kind of all standing each other waiting for this to happen so you can jump through. You're not really trailing behind another group,
Man,
you make this move together.
After you, gents.
And Oren's just going to watch them as they come through like, you guys weren't paying attention or what?
So,
I want to turn to Zeno and be like, I'm really glad you guys got locked out with me, right?
There's probably a scanner on this side.
So it is ridiculously hot in this place. It's like steamy and hot and gross and
Mike
muggy.
loves it.
And it's dim light. Everything in here is dim light. So if you do not have low light vision or dark vision, you are at a disadvantage here. It's dim light.
Oh dear.
I knew I should have bought those damn goggles.
You don't have either one?
I don't.
No. I'm a human, man.
I've got low light vision. I just assume everyone does.
Low light and dark light.
By the way, just real quick, I just want to let it be known that this is the first character that I've ever fucking played in any system who has not had dark vision. I consider it mostly a required ability.
Oh god, same.
Heath and I would actually discuss this at one point, like 2 or 3 months ago. It's just like, yeah, this is the first time Zach is playing.
Like that's like a baseline. I really thought about making a half elf, like Pathfinder Legacy.
Yeah,
half elf.
Yeah.
I thought very seriously about it.
Okay, Ziva's gonna kind of put her hand over on, I guess, Zeno is probably the closest one to her, and say, I cannot see very well, so maybe you can help your captain out. And she's to kind of link her arm in his.
I'll be your eyes.
Okay.
Oren will just squint.
Angrily.
I walk up at some point and put a hand on Aaron's shoulder. I'm like, I'm not gonna hold your fucking hand, but like I'm here in case you go to wander into a pole,
No, I think I'll be fine, man.
And he wanders into a pole.
And wanders right
gets on
into
the
a
other
pole.
side. No, Phil gets on the other side of Oren and with
I mean,
Or
so
in between
you're saying
Mike
I
and
can't
Zeno,
see
but-
anything?
No. It's
Like,
just
We just have
dim.
a
It's just
disadvantage.
dim. So
well,
all that
that's
means
fine.
is
You can't really make like facial. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
all that means is that it's very shadowy, right? And that if you were to get in a combat situation, you would have to roll against concealment at 20% to hit.
Okay.
I got you.
So you're in a rave, pretty much.
Yeah, it's dark in here.
Is it smoky as well?
It's not really. No,
It's just
I mean,
muggy.
Okay.
it's just muggy and wet.
And I bet it smells like
It smells
ass.
like total. It smells like nickel and sweat, but like sweat that you've never smelled before. You know, like
Musky.
Sweat of 1,000 different aliens.
you're smelling. Yeah, you're smelling the jelly juices of the floating squidfish. You
I
know,
hate everything that just came out of your mouth. Like that's just
I do too, and I haven't
the
said
jellied
it.
juices.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
jelly juices from the floating squidfish. Yeah.
Mike like immediately lights a cigar just to. I'd rather smell that, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so
Phil's gonna follow suit and light a cigarette.
let me tell you what you see in here. So once you step in, you get the sense that this seems to be a converted mining facility that has been converted into a space station. Many beings bustle through this large portion of the station. A lowered segment of the floor in the center of the room, 15 feet deep, contains the remnants of ore refining machinery. Gears, containers, and pipes are scattered everywhere, no longer connected to anything that would make them functional. Large doors exit to the west and south, and a trio of short corridors lead east.
okay.
But there's no indicators of.
Yeah, do we see
The-
any
the-
kind of signage anywhere?
Oh
It-
no,
it
it's
probably would be a
dude, you
language we
guys
wouldn't
are
understand.
completely out of your element. Like
Even
there's just
with-
all these you're in a room full of foreign aliens that you've never seen before, in a station that you have no idea what the purpose or the layout is. Everybody's speaking languages that you don't understand, looking for a person named Talmarin that you have no idea what that even is. You guys should feel the way that you're feeling right now. Like lost. You are in the shit right now.
So then the answer to the question is there's no signs.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. Just saying,
Alright,
like even if it was like a Chinese sign, like I could
Yeah.
figure out what way the arrow went, you know.
There's no signs.
Okay.
So there's a rather large door to the west, right?
Yeah, that's our closest point of egress, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
It looks like the same kind of door that we just came
I feel
through.
like that one might give us trouble, right?
That one's gonna have some kind of biometric scanner as
We
well. Right?
see where the flow of other creatures. You know,
It's just
where
kind
people
of
are going in
bustling,
and out.
man. It's everybody's going every which way. There's a lot of.
Can we tell that that door to the west has a bio? Like from here, is it the exact same kind of door?
Oh, it's very similar. Yes.
Yeah. Let's take
this-
these like hallways on the right.
Yes, it's a good plan. Let's do that.
After you.
Move
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
way.
mean, I just start striding.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, like I want to be not trying to hit other.
Yeah. You guys are just kind of like
Patrons.
moving your way through, getting a couple grunts and weird stares from some, but most people don't even acknowledge you guys. They're just all kind of on their own mission, doing their own thing. But you get this sensation of just being in this completely. I want to continue to stress the foreignness of this. You know, like you're in this old mining station that seems to be converted into some sort of like bustling metropolis, full of.
So I mean, this is clearly an abandoned Azlanti ore refinery,
Mm-hmm.
and they've let this go.
Yeah,
And tons of aliens have started using this as an
when
outpost.
Yeah.
they're
For
they're
trading,
obviously
a trading outpost.
They're obviously mining
watering
nickel,
hole.
right? Like nickel was the ore. Is that where-
Well, I think the nickel is coming from all the various pipes. You know, there's tons. One thing, stop where y'all are at for now. Everybody can kind of catch up to Ziva's, you know, if you want to move up. But
Yes.
you can tell that the mining aspect of this has long been defunct. You know, that this has been fully converted into this outpost, this free station of all sorts, you know. And as you get there, this one of the big ape-like creatures kind of just kind of like pushes you guys aside.
Oh, I hiss at him immediately.
He
And
just
I put a hand up at you, like,
and just moves on like with little care.
I cut my eyes at Zeno, you know what I mean, and then back like, what's going on? This is.
oh dear,
I want everybody to roll a perception check.
oh god.
Okie doke.
All right.
All right, Fel,
Fel
what'd
got
you
a
get?
26.
Fel, 26. Aaron, what'd you get?
17.
Okay, Mike.
5.
Yeah, you're too busy talking shit to this ape man. Ziva, what'd you get?
A 27.
Okay, and
Hand the one on
Zeno.
me.
14.
Okay, Fel and Ziva, you get this weird feeling of being watched or followed, even, but you can't really pinpoint where it is. You just there seems to everything is so foreign to you. You can't make out heads or tails, but you get the sensation that there seems to be some parties particularly interested in you and watching where you're going.
Ziva will use limited telepathy real quick to let the rest of the party know that. So I
Okay.
feel like that we are being watched. Those of you who have a better sight than I, keep a close watch.
So Oren will keep his head on a swivel as we're moving through. Like he's just gonna keep putting darting his eyes around the room, looking to see if he can notice anybody that he could pinpoint watching it. But I mean, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
But that is something that I want to be passively doing.
I mean,
Sure.
Mike is like confidently in the front with Ziva because like
Mike's cutting the crowd, right?
Like,
Like, that's what you
and
do.
like also, you know, he's Titanium Mike. He gets watched wherever he goes.
All right, so let's make sure you guys are in good marching order here. Then, Mike, you're in front.
Oh, great! I love when Adam really
It's like, hey, let's.
like stresses marching order. That's when you know shit's fixing to get rough.
Oh god.
It's like, so before you go in this next room, what's your marching
What's,
order? It's like, wait a second, I thought this was an RP moment, dude.
I mean, it is. I just want to know who's leading who. You know,
Who's gonna get the first? Who's gonna get slashed first?
it just depends on what you guys do. You know.
Let's just have it be known that Zeno shot first.
Okay. All right, so you guys can move into the next area.
Just kind of creeping and peeking.
So when you get in there, you see metal tracks, and it's a little. I mean, you see some folks walking through here. It's a little less congested than the area you were just in, but there seems to be some people walking through here with some purpose, kind of walking toward the north. You see metal tracks now worn smooth by constant foot traffic. They run the length of this corridor and through a heavy metal door that has been propped open to the north. So let me open that door for you.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah. Let me open that door for you real quick. Just kind of like a little bit. Well, anyways, you guys move to right here, and then I need everybody to roll a perception.
Oh god. Okay. I don't like that pause. Roll a.
Natty 1, 11. 11.
Like you're really squinting, dude. It's hard.
I'm squinting hard,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got 11. That's not great.
Wow.
I can see it.
Wow.
Phil got a 21 though.
Okay, so here's the situation. As you guys are moving through here, Ziva, Oren, Fel, Zeno, all notice 3 creatures kind of emerge from the shadows with staves swirling with shadowy energy. And they go... And I need everybody to roll initiative.
What?
Ooh, man, you took me there with that
Like,
impersonation.
are they
And we'll
bad?
see ya!
No! What? Come on. I don't even know what they look like.
Freaking fight ahead of us now, man.
God, Adam.
I knew it.
Bro.
I fucking knew
Fuck
it.
You knew that was
I
gonna
knew
be
it was
it.
coming. As soon as Rich was locked out, I was like, yeah, we done.